Have you ever noticed how some older men naturally earn the respect and attention of younger women, while others seem to be ignored, dismissed, or even avoided? It's easy to assume that it all comes down to age, but the truth is far more interesting. Age itself is not the issue. It's the habits, behaviors, and mindset that make the difference. Some older men command attention with their confidence, wisdom, and presence, while others unknowingly turn people off with habits that make them seem outdated, insecure, or out of touch. And let's be clear, this isn't just about interactions with younger women. These same habits can affect the way you're perceived in social circles, professional settings, and even among your peers. If you constantly feel like you're being overlooked or dismissed, it might not be because of your age. It might be because of the way you present yourself. Think about it. Have you ever met an older man who just seems different? Maybe he carries himself with quiet confidence, speaks with purpose, and never feels the need to prove himself. People naturally respect him, listen when he talks, and want to be around him. Then, on the other hand, there are those who try too hard to impress, constantly bring up the past, or carry an energy that just feels off. This video is about recognizing those patterns and making sure you're on the right side of that equation. Because the truth is, attractiveness, whether in friendships, relationships, or general social interactions, has very little to do with looks or age. It has everything to do with the way you carry yourself, the habits you develop, and the energy you bring into every interaction. So if you've ever felt like people don't take you seriously, seem uninterested in conversations with you, or even subtly avoid you, it's time to take an honest look at your habits. Because today we're breaking down 8 specific behaviors that instantly make older men seem less attractive, less respected, and less engaging. And most importantly, what to do instead. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to avoid and how to carry yourself in a way that commands respect, interest, and confidence, no matter your age. Let's get started. Number 1. Trying too hard to be trendy. Why it's unattractive. In today's fast-moving world, trends come and go at lightning speed. From fashion styles and social media slang to new music and internet challenges, younger generations are constantly engaging with the latest cultural shifts. While it's great to stay informed and adaptable, there's a fine line between being modern and trying too hard to fit in. Many older men, in an attempt to connect with younger crowds, make the mistake of forcing themselves into trends that don't align with their personality, lifestyle, or natural interests. Instead of coming across as relatable, this often makes them seem out of place, inauthentic, or even a bit desperate for validation. Here's why trying too hard to be trendy can backfire and what to do instead. 1. It comes off as inauthentic. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to keep up with trends is adopting behaviors that don't align with their natural personality. For example, an older man who suddenly starts dressing in streetwear, using modern slang he's unfamiliar with, or mimicking social media trends designed for younger audiences might think he's making himself more relatable. In reality, this often has the opposite effect. Instead of appearing modern and youthful, it can make him seem like he's putting on an act. Authenticity is one of the most attractive qualities a person can have. People respect those who are comfortable in their own skin and true to who they are. When someone forces themselves into a cultural trend that doesn't fit them, it creates a disconnect. Younger people in particular have a strong sense of when someone is being genuine versus when they are trying too hard to impress. Solution. Instead of forcing yourself into trends, focus on what naturally interests you. Be open to new things, but only adopt what genuinely resonates with your personality and lifestyle. Remember that people are drawn to confidence, not imitation. 2. Trends. Change too fast to keep up with what's trendy today might be forgotten tomorrow. If someone constantly chases new trends, they'll always be one step behind, trying to keep up with the latest shift. This makes it exhausting to maintain, and often results in awkward moments where they're engaging with outdated trends without realizing it. Instead of constantly adjusting to what's new, it's much more effective to develop a timeless sense of style and personality. People are naturally drawn to those who seem comfortable in their own skin, rather than those who are always chasing the latest thing. Number 2, talking down to younger people. Respect is a vital part of communication, yet younger individuals frequently experience condescension from older generations. Whether intentional or not, talking down to younger people can create frustration, hinder relationships, and stifle mutual understanding. This issue spans across cultures and societies, often affecting workplaces, educational settings, and personal relationships. Why does this happen? Is it always deliberate? And what impact does it have on those involved? In this article, we will explore the reasons behind this behavior, its consequences, and how different generations can bridge the communication gap through respect and understanding. Why do people talk down to younger individuals? Talking down to someone generally means communicating in a way that assumes superiority, often simplifying concepts unnecessarily or dismissing the other person's ideas. This behavior can be frustrating, especially when younger individuals feel capable and informed. Below are some of the primary reasons why older individuals may talk down to younger people. 1. Experience-based superiority. One of the most common reasons older individuals talk down to younger people is the belief that age automatically grants superior knowledge. Over time, individuals accumulate experiences that shape their perspectives, decision-making, and understanding of the world. However, this experience can sometimes lead to the assumption that younger people lack wisdom or insight simply because they haven't lived as long. While experience certainly has value, it does not mean that younger individuals are without knowledge or critical thinking skills. Many young people have access to vast amounts of information through modern technology, formal education, and diverse life experiences. Assuming that their viewpoints are less valid due to their age disregards their ability to analyze and interpret the world effectively. Second, generational differences in learning and communication. The way people learn and communicate has evolved drastically over the past few decades. Older generations grew up in a world where formal education, books, and direct experience were the primary sources of knowledge. Today, younger individuals have access to an incredible amount of information through the internet, social media, and instant communication tools. This shift has led to differences in problem-solving approaches and communication styles. Older individuals might see traditional methods as superior, while younger generations adapt to new technologies and evolving ways of thinking. When these differences arise, older individuals may assume that younger people lack knowledge simply because they learn and process information differently. 3. Unconscious bias and habit. Not all condescending behavior is intentional. Some older individuals may not even realize they are talking down to younger people. This often happens due to unconscious bias, where assumptions are made based on past experiences rather than present realities. For example, an older professional in the workplace might instinctively assume that a younger colleague is inexperienced and therefore explain concepts in a patronizing manner. This can be frustrating for younger employees who have studied extensively, trained in their field, and are eager to contribute their expertise. Additionally, many older individuals experience the same treatment when they were younger. If they grew up being talked down to by their elders, they may unknowingly repeat the cycle without considering how it affects those on the receiving end. 4. A desire to protect and guide. Sometimes talking down to younger individuals stems from a place of good intentions. Many older individuals genuinely want to help the younger generation avoid mistakes and hardships. They may believe that offering unsolicited advice or over-explaining concepts is beneficial. While mentorship and guidance can be valuable, there is a fine line between helping and condescending. Constantly correcting or dismissing a younger person's thoughts and choices can lead to frustration and resentment. Younger individuals need opportunities to learn, make decisions, and grow through their own experiences. Providing advice is helpful, but it should be done with respect, allowing room for independent thought and decision-making. 5. Resistance to change. Every generation grows up in a unique cultural and technological landscape. Change is constant, but not everyone is comfortable with it. Some older individuals struggle to adapt to new ideas, trends and technologies, leading them to dismiss younger perspectives as naive or misguided. For example, a younger person might have expertise in emerging technologies, social trends, or innovative business strategies. If older individuals refuse to listen, they risk falling behind in an ever-changing world. Number 3, why complaining about today's generation makes you less respected. It's a phrase heard all too often. Kids these days just don't get it. Many older men find themselves frustrated with younger generations, criticizing their work ethic, values, or way of life. Whether it's about social media, workplace habits, or personal responsibility, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that things were simply better back then. But while it's natural to compare different eras, constantly complaining about today's generation can actually make you seem bitter, out of touch, and even less respected. If you want to maintain influence, build strong relationships, and continue growing as a person, it's crucial to shift your perspective. In this article, we'll break down why this habit is so unattractive, how it affects your social and professional interactions, and what you should do instead to be respected and influential. 1. It makes you seem out of touch with reality. Every generation grows up in a different world. The challenges and opportunities faced by younger people today are not the same as those of previous generations. Complaining about how things used to be better fails to acknowledge the reality that society, technology, and the economy are constantly evolving. For example, previous generations may have grown up in a world where jobs were more stable, home ownership was more attainable, and face-to-face interaction was the norm. But younger generations are dealing with a completely different landscape: rising costs of living, automation replacing jobs, and a world that is increasingly digital. By refusing to acknowledge these changes, you risk looking out of touch and disconnected from reality. And the more disconnected you seem, the less likely younger people will listen to you, respect you, or engage in meaningful conversations with you. What to do? Instead of dismissing younger generations, take a moment to understand the world they are navigating. Ask yourself, what unique challenges do they face today that my generation didn't? How has technology changed the way people work, communicate, and build relationships? What skills or knowledge do younger people have that I can learn from? Approaching the conversation with curiosity rather than criticism makes you seem wise, adaptable, and open-minded, traits that are far more attractive and respected than bitterness. 2. It creates an us versus them mentality. One of the biggest mistakes people make when discussing generational differences is treating it as an us versus them situation. Saying things like, "My generation worked hard, but young people today are lazy. Back in my day, we respected authority. These kids don't respect anything. People today don't know what real struggle is." Statements like these alienate younger people rather than build bridges. Instead of creating connections, they create division, making it harder for people to relate to you, trust you, or seek your advice. The truth about generations: every generation has strengths and weaknesses. There is no perfect generation. While it's easy to glorify the past, the reality is that every era had its own challenges. For example, the older generations were known for their strong work ethic and resilience, but they also faced limited career flexibility and fewer opportunities for mental health awareness. The younger generations may be more tech-savvy and open-minded, but they also face higher levels of stress, competition, and economic uncertainty. Instead of dividing people by age, look for common ground. The most influential and respected people bring people together, rather than drive them apart. What to do? Instead of complaining about generational differences, ask questions and have meaningful discussions. Try saying things like, checkmark, how do you see things differently than I do? I'd love to hear your perspective. What do you think is the biggest challenge for your generation right now? I've noticed a lot of change in the workplace. What's your experience been like? By shifting your focus from criticism to conversation, you create respect and build real connections. 3. It makes you seem negative and bitter. People are naturally drawn to positive, forward-thinking individuals. No one enjoys being around someone who constantly complains, criticizes, or reminisces about the past in a negative way. If your conversations are always centered around how things used to be better, or young people today don't have what it takes, you risk developing a reputation as someone who is stuck in the past rather than engaged in the present. The power of positivity. Successful, respected individuals focus on solutions, not problems. They understand that complaining doesn't change anything, taking action does. Instead of saying, young people don't work hard anymore, try saying, checkmark. Hard work will always be valuable. I'd love to mentor someone and share what I've learned. Instead of saying, social media is ruining everything, try saying, checkmark. Social media is changing the way we communicate. How can I use it to connect with others? By shifting from negativity to opportunity, you make yourself more respected, admired, and influential. 4. It shows a fixed mindset instead of a growth mindset. People who constantly complain about younger generations often have a fixed mindset, believing that their way of thinking is the only right way. This makes them resistant to change and unwilling to adapt. But those who continue to learn, grow, and evolve are the ones who stay respected and influential. The most successful leaders, regardless of age, embrace a growth mindset. They stay open to new ideas, learn from younger generations instead of criticizing them, adapt to changing times instead of resisting them. What to do? Instead, if you catch yourself complaining about younger generations, ask yourself, what can I learn from them? How can I use my experience to guide and mentor instead of criticize? How can I adapt to new ways of thinking without compromising my values? By choosing growth over resistance, you'll remain respected, relevant, and admired. 5. It makes you less influential. At the end of the day, respect isn't given, it's earned. If your goal is to gain respect from younger people, constant criticism is the fastest way to lose it. Younger generations are more likely to listen to you, respect your experience, and value your advice if they feel respected first. But if they sense judgment, negativity, or arrogance, they will simply tune you out. The key to influence. If you truly want to make an impact, lead by example. Be a mentor. Share your wisdom in a way that is helpful, not condescending. Be open-minded. Learn from younger generations instead of dismissing them. Be adaptable. Embrace change and continue growing, no matter your age. By doing this, you don't just gain respect. You become someone people admire, listen to, and genuinely want to be around. Number 4. Bragging about past achievements, understanding the reasons behind it. Bragging about past achievements is a common human behavior that can be observed in different social and professional settings. While it may sometimes come across as self-centered or boastful, there are several psychological and social reasons why individuals engage in this behavior. Understanding these motivations can provide insight into human nature and interpersonal dynamics. The psychological foundations of bragging human beings have an innate need to be acknowledged and valued. From an evolutionary standpoint, social recognition has always played a role in survival, ensuring an individual's place in a community or group. This fundamental desire for acknowledgement continues to shape modern interactions. 1. Seeking validation and recognition. Many individuals mention their past achievements as a way to gain validation from others. Accomplishments often serve as proof of one's competence, intelligence, or hard work, and people naturally seek acknowledgement for their efforts. Recognition can reinforce their self-esteem and make them feel valued in a group or professional environment. Validation plays a crucial role in self-worth. When people receive praise or admiration, it activates reward centers in the brain, reinforcing the behavior of discussing past achievements. This can be particularly important for individuals who do not receive consistent external reinforcement from family, colleagues, or society. 2. Building credibility and influence. In certain situations, People highlight their past successes to establish credibility. This is especially common in professional or leadership roles where demonstrating expertise is crucial. By showcasing their achievements, individuals aim to gain trust and influence others, whether in business, mentorship, or networking opportunities. For example, a business leader may mention their past successes in entrepreneurship to gain investor trust. A job applicant may highlight key career accomplishments to demonstrate suitability for a position. Bragging in these contexts serves as a tool for credibility building rather than mere self-promotion. 3. Boosting self-confidence. Recalling and discussing past successes can be a way for individuals to reinforce their self-confidence. When people reflect on their achievements, it serves as a reminder of their capabilities and strengths. This is particularly relevant when they are facing new challenges or uncertain situations where self-assurance is needed. Confidence plays a vital role in motivation and perseverance. When people believe in their abilities, they are more likely to take risks, pursue ambitious goals, and overcome obstacles. By discussing past accomplishments, individuals can remind themselves and others of their ability to succeed. Social and cultural aspects of bragging. Beyond individual psychology, the act of bragging is deeply influenced by social and cultural factors. Different societies and environments encourage self-promotion in varying degrees. 4th, social comparison and competition. In competitive environments, individuals may use their past accomplishments as a benchmark against others. Whether consciously or subconsciously, they may compare themselves to peers to establish a sense of superiority or to highlight their progress. This behavior is often driven by the need to remain relevant or respected in their field. The workplace, academia, and sports are some of the most common arenas where competitive bragging occurs. Professionals may talk about past projects to position themselves for promotions. Scholars may discuss published research to gain academic credibility. Athletes may reference past wins to assert dominance in their sport. 5. Encouraging and motivating others. Sometimes, people share their achievements to inspire and motivate others. By narrating their past experiences and successes, they aim to demonstrate that hard work and perseverance lead to positive outcomes. This is common among mentors, educators, and professionals who seek to encourage growth and ambition in others. For instance, a teacher may share their struggles and eventual academic success to inspire students. A business leader may discuss their failures and triumphs to encourage aspiring entrepreneurs. In these cases, the intention behind bragging is not self-serving, but rather meant to provide guidance and motivation. 6. Fear of being overlooked. Some individuals worry that their contributions and hard work will go unnoticed, especially in environments where competition is high. To ensure that they receive due recognition, they may feel compelled to remind others of their past successes. This is often observed in workplaces where promotions, leadership roles, or performance evaluations are at stake. Employees may fear being undervalued by their superiors, leading them to highlight their contributions during meetings or appraisals. Entrepreneurs may worry that their brand will not stand out in a crowded market, prompting them to emphasize past successes in marketing campaigns. The fear of being overlooked is a strong motivator behind self-promotion. 7. Coping with insecurity. For some, bragging about past accomplishments is a way to cope with underlying insecurities. If they feel uncertain about their current status, skills, or future prospects, highlighting past successes can serve as a psychological buffer against self-doubt. This form of self-affirmation helps them maintain a positive self-image. This behavior is particularly noticeable during transitional periods in life. A retired athlete may frequently mention their past records to reaffirm their identity. A former executive may recount past business triumphs to feel relevant in a changing industry. Bragging in these cases becomes a defense mechanism against feelings of irrelevance or decline. Bragging in the digital age. The rise of social media has amplified the act of bragging, providing individuals with platforms to showcase achievements to large audiences. 8. Social media and the culture of self-promotion. Social media platforms encourage self-promotion through features such as professional bios, achievement announcements, and performance metrics. People often share milestones, such as job promotions, awards, or personal victories, on these platforms. While this can be a positive form of self-expression, it also creates an environment where constant validation is sought. The pressure to appear successful online can lead to exaggerated or curated bragging. Users may highlight only their best moments while omitting struggles or failures, creating a distorted perception of success. This can contribute to a cycle where people feel compelled to keep promoting themselves to maintain an idealized public image. 9. Cultural and social norms. In certain cultures or social circles, discussing past achievements is not only accepted but encouraged. Some industries, for example, require individuals to actively promote themselves to secure opportunities. In such cases, bragging may not necessarily be viewed negatively, but rather as an essential aspect of career growth and personal branding. For instance, in the entertainment industry, actors and musicians frequently discuss their past work to remain relevant. In business, entrepreneurs regularly highlight their accomplishments to attract investors or clients. Understanding the cultural context of bragging is crucial to interpreting its intention. Balancing confidence and humility. While self-promotion is often necessary, excessive bragging can be off-putting. The key is to balance confidence with humility. Strategies for healthy self-promotion. Context matters. Share achievements in relevant situations, such as job interviews or networking events, rather than forcing them into casual conversations. Acknowledge others. Recognizing the contributions of colleagues, mentors, or teams can make self-promotion more palatable. Be authentic. Genuine storytelling about both successes and failures resonates more with audiences than exaggerated bragging. Let actions speak. Consistently demonstrating skill and dedication often reduces the need for overt self-promotion. Number 5. Acting like you know everything. Why it's unattractive and how to fix it. Confidence and knowledge are valuable traits, but when taken too far, they can become a liability. There is a big difference between being knowledgeable and acting like you know everything. The latter can make conversations feel one-sided, push people away, and create unnecessary conflict. While many people who exhibit this behavior do so unintentionally, it can still have a negative impact on relationships, professional opportunities, and social interactions. If you've ever been told you come across as a know-it-all, or notice that people disengage when you speak, it might be time to examine this habit. This article will explore why acting like you know everything is unattractive, how it affects your relationships and opportunities, and most importantly, how to change this behavior to become a more engaging, respected, and open-minded person. 1. It makes conversations one-sided. A good conversation is an exchange of ideas, thoughts, and experiences. However, when someone acts like they know everything, discussions quickly turn into lectures. Instead of engaging in a meaningful back and forth, the other person may feel like they are being talked at rather than talked with. This dynamic can be frustrating and make interactions feel unbalanced. How it affects you. People may avoid conversations with you because they don't feel heard. It can create the perception that you are uninterested in others' opinions. Your relationships may suffer due to a lack of meaningful dialogue. How to fix it. Practice active listening. Focus on understanding what the other person is saying instead of just waiting for your turn to talk. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of just sharing what you know, invite others to contribute by asking, "What do you think?" or "How do you see it?" Balance the conversation. If you've been speaking for a while, pause and give others a chance to share their thoughts. 2. It comes across as dismissive and arrogant. When someone constantly corrects others, dismisses opinions, or refuses to acknowledge different perspectives, it sends a message that they don't value what others have to say. This can make people feel unheard, disrespected, or even belittled. Over time, this behavior can erode relationships and create distance between you and others. How it affects you. People may feel uncomfortable expressing themselves around you. It can make you seem unapproachable or difficult to work with. Others may stop sharing their thoughts, leading to a lack of meaningful discussions. How to fix it? Acknowledge other perspectives. Even if you strongly believe you're right, phrases like, "That's an interesting point," or "I hadn't thought about it that way," can make a big difference. Show curiosity. Instead of shutting down differing opinions, explore them. Ask, what led you to that conclusion? Be willing to admit mistakes. No one is right all the time. Saying, "You make a good point, I hadn't considered that," shows humility and openness. 3. It stifles learning and growth. No matter how much knowledge or experience you have, there's always more to learn. Acting like you know everything closes the door to new information, fresh ideas, and valuable insights. People who embrace a learning mindset stay relevant, adaptable, and more respected. How it affects you? You may miss out on new information that could benefit you. Others may stop sharing ideas with you, limiting your ability to grow. It can make you seem inflexible or resistant to change. How to fix it? Adopt a mindset of lifelong learning. Be open to feedback, new ideas, and different ways of thinking. Ask for input. Instead of assuming you have all the answers, try saying, "I'd love to hear your perspective on this." Stay curious. Read, listen, and engage with different viewpoints regularly. 4. It pushes people away. People are naturally drawn to those who are approachable, humble, and open-minded. On the other hand, know-it-all behavior can make interactions feel competitive or frustrating. Over time, this can lead to fewer invitations, strained relationships, and missed opportunities, both socially and professionally. How it affects you. You may find yourself excluded from social groups or discussions. Relationships can suffer as people may feel they cannot have a balanced exchange with you. It can limit networking opportunities and career growth. How to fix it? Develop self-awareness. If you catch yourself dominating conversations or dismissing others, take a step back. Focus on connection, not correction. Instead of proving a point, focus on building meaningful relationships. Show appreciation for others' knowledge. Compliment others on their insights by saying, "That's a great perspective, I never thought of it that way." Number 6. Ignoring self-care. Reasons and consequences. Self-care is essential for maintaining mental, emotional, and physical well-being. However, many people tend to neglect it due to various reasons, often leading to stress, burnout, and deteriorating health. Understanding why people ignore self-care and its consequences can help individuals make more conscious efforts to prioritize their well-being. Understanding self-care. Self-care encompasses a wide range of activities that support overall well-being. It includes physical activities such as exercise and proper nutrition, mental health practices like mindfulness and stress management, and emotional self-care through social interactions and relaxation techniques. Despite its importance, many individuals struggle to incorporate self-care into their daily routines. Reasons for ignoring self-care. 1. Busy schedules and work priorities. In today's fast-paced world, people often prioritize work, deadlines, and responsibilities over personal health. Many feel they don't have the time for self-care due to demanding jobs, family responsibilities, or other obligations. Workaholism and the pressure to constantly be productive contribute to this neglect. 2. Guilt and social expectations. Some individuals view self-care as selfish or indulgent. Societal pressures can make people feel guilty for taking time for themselves, believing they should always be productive or catering to others' needs. Cultural expectations may emphasize self-sacrifice over personal well-being, leading individuals to ignore their own needs. 3. Lack of awareness or understanding. Many people do not recognize the importance of self-care or understand how it impacts their overall well-being. They may believe that as long as they fulfill their duties, their health and happiness will naturally fall into place. This misunderstanding can prevent people from taking proactive steps towards self-care. 4. Emotional barriers. Stress, anxiety, or depression can make self-care feel overwhelming. When someone is mentally exhausted, they may struggle to find the motivation or energy to engage in activities that support their well-being. Negative thought patterns, low self-esteem, or feelings of unworthiness can also contribute to avoiding self-care. 5. Financial constraints. Some self-care practices, such as gym memberships, therapy, or wellness retreats, can be expensive. As a result, individuals may avoid self-care, thinking it requires significant financial investment. However, self-care does not have to be costly, and many free or low-cost alternatives exist, such as walking, meditation, or home-based relaxation techniques. 6. Perceived lack of immediate benefits. Many self-care practices have long-term benefits rather than immediate gratification. People may struggle to stay motivated if they do not see instant results. For example, regular exercise and a healthy diet contribute to long-term well-being, but may not provide immediate noticeable changes. Consequences of ignoring self-care. 1. Increased stress and burnout. Without proper self-care, stress accumulates and can lead to physical and emotional exhaustion. Burnout affects productivity, motivation, and overall quality of life. Chronic stress can also increase the risk of serious health conditions, including heart disease and high blood pressure. 2. Decline in physical health. Poor self-care habits, such as inadequate sleep, poor nutrition, and lack of exercise, can contribute to chronic health issues like high blood pressure, heart disease, obesity, and weakened immunity. Neglecting hydration and skipping regular medical checkups further compound these risks. 3. Mental and emotional struggles. Ignoring self-care can worsen anxiety, depression, and other mental health conditions. A lack of relaxation and mindfulness can lead to emotional instability and difficulty in managing daily challenges. The absence of self-care strategies can contribute to feelings of being overwhelmed and disconnected. 4. Strained relationships. Neglecting self-care can lead to irritability, mood swings, and emotional exhaustion, which can negatively impact relationships with family, friends, and colleagues. When an individual is not well rested or emotionally balanced, their interactions with others can suffer. 5. Decreased productivity and focus. A well-rested and healthy individual can perform better at work and daily tasks. Ignoring self-care can result in decreased concentration, memory issues, and reduced efficiency. Over time, this can affect career growth, personal aspirations, and overall life satisfaction. Ways to prioritize self-care. Making self-care a priority doesn't require drastic changes. Simple activities can lead to significant improvements in overall well-being. Here are some effective self-care strategies. VOIM. 1. Setting boundaries. Learning to say no to excessive commitments and setting clear boundaries in personal and professional life can help prevent burnout. It's essential to recognize personal limits and ensure that one's energy is allocated wisely. 2. Prioritizing sleep. Quality sleep is one of the most critical aspects of self-care. Ensuring adequate rest improves cognitive function, mood stability, and overall health. Establishing a bedtime routine and avoiding screens before sleep can enhance restfulness. 3. Engaging in physical activity. Regular physical activity, whether through structured exercise, walking, stretching, or yoga, contributes to overall health. Movement not only improves physical fitness but also helps manage stress and mental health. 4. Practicing mindfulness and relaxation activities like meditation, deep breathing exercises, or simply spending time in nature can reduce stress and promote mental clarity. Taking moments for mindfulness throughout the day can have a cumulative positive effect. 5. Maintaining a balanced diet. Proper nutrition plays a crucial role in physical and mental well-being. Eating a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, proteins, and whole grains while staying hydrated can boost energy levels and enhance overall health. 6. Seeking support and social connections. Maintaining relationships with supportive friends, family members, or professional counselors can provide emotional balance. Engaging in social interactions fosters a sense of belonging and reduces feelings of isolation. 7. Engaging in hobbies and enjoyable activities. Taking time to do things that bring joy, such as reading, gardening, painting, or listening to music, can provide relaxation and fulfillment. Creative and leisure activities help refresh the mind and reduce stress. 8. Regular medical checkups. Preventative healthcare measures, including routine medical checkups and screenings, are vital for long-term well-being. Addressing health concerns early can prevent more serious issues from developing. Overcoming barriers to self-care. To integrate self-care into daily life, individuals can take practical steps to overcome obstacles. Time management. Allocating specific time slots for self-care activities helps ensure they are not neglected. Even a few minutes of self-care each day can make a difference. Changing mindset. Viewing self-care as an essential part of life, rather than a luxury, can help prioritize it. Understanding that self-care benefits both the individual and those around them can reduce guilt. Starting small. Small, consistent changes are more sustainable than drastic shifts. Gradually incorporating self-care habits can make them easier to maintain over time. Finding cost-free alternatives. Engaging in cost-free self-care activities like deep breathing exercises, home workouts, or journaling can be just as effective as expensive options. Number 7. Overcompensating with money or status. Why it's unattractive and how to avoid it. Success, wealth, and social status can be significant achievements in a person's life. They can open doors, provide security, and create opportunities that may not have been possible otherwise. However, there is a fine line between being proud of your accomplishments and overcompensating with money or status to gain approval, recognition, or influence. People are naturally drawn to those who exude confidence, authenticity, and wisdom, qualities that have little to do with material possessions or job titles. When someone constantly highlights their financial success, luxurious lifestyle, or professional status in an attempt to impress others, it can have the opposite effect. Instead of admiration, it often leads to disinterest, skepticism, or even discomfort. This article explores why overcompensating with money or status can be unattractive, how it affects social interactions, and what you can do instead to build genuine respect, influence, and meaningful relationships. Why do people overcompensate with money or status? Before diving into why this behavior can be off-putting, it's essential to understand why some people feel the need to showcase their wealth or accomplishments excessively. In most cases, overcompensation stems from deeper psychological and emotional factors rather than mere vanity. 1. Seeking validation. Many individuals use money and status as a way to seek validation from others. If someone grew up feeling undervalued or overlooked, they may believe that financial success or social prestige will finally earn them the recognition they desire. Unfortunately, external validation is fleeting, and relying on material wealth to feel valued often leads to disappointment. 2. Insecurity and self-doubt. A person who feels insecure about their abilities, personality, or social standing might overcompensate by emphasizing their wealth or professional achievements. They may believe that displaying luxury or constantly talking about their career success will mask their insecurities. However, true confidence doesn't require external proof. It comes from self-awareness, inner strength, and personal growth. 3. Social conditioning and cultural pressures. Modern society often equates success with material wealth. Many advertisements, social media influencers, and entertainment industries promote the idea that high-status individuals are more valuable or desirable. As a result, some people internalize this belief and feel compelled to showcase their financial success as a means of proving their worth. 4. Fear of being overlooked. In competitive environments, whether in business, social settings, or personal relationships, some individuals fear being overshadowed by others. To avoid this, they may overemphasize their status, believing it will make them stand out or be taken more seriously. Unfortunately, this approach can often lead to the opposite outcome. Why overcompensating with money or status can be unattractive. While financial success is commendable, overcompensating with it can lead to unintended consequences. Here are several reasons why this behavior can be off-putting. 1. It feels inauthentic. People value authenticity. When someone constantly highlights their wealth or status, it can seem forced or unnatural. Instead of being seen as someone who is comfortable with their success, they may appear to be trying too hard to gain approval. Authenticity, on the other hand, is magnetic. People are drawn to those who are genuine and comfortable in their own skin. 2. It creates a barrier in conversations. When conversations revolve around financial achievements, luxury possessions, or high-status connections, it can alienate others. Most people prefer engaging discussions about personal experiences, ideas, and shared interests rather than hearing about material possessions. Constantly steering conversations toward wealth can make interactions feel transactional rather than meaningful. 3. It can lead to superficial relationships. Overcompensating with money or status often attracts people who are interested in those things rather than in the person behind them. This can lead to superficial relationships built on financial gain rather than genuine connection. When wealth and status are the primary focus, it becomes challenging to establish deep, meaningful bonds based on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. 4. It can make others feel uncomfortable or inferior. Not everyone measures success in financial terms. Some people prioritize family, personal growth, creativity, or community service over material wealth. When someone continuously emphasizes their financial success, it can make others feel uncomfortable, as if their own achievements or values are being diminished. True confidence lies in recognizing that success comes in many forms, and all paths are valid. 5. It sends the wrong message about self-worth. When a person overly focuses on money or status, it suggests that they define their self-worth by these external factors. While financial success is a great achievement, it is not the only measure of a person's value. Wisdom, kindness, integrity, and personal growth are far more enduring qualities that contribute to long-term respect and admiration. How to avoid overcompensating with money or status. If you want to be seen as confident, respected, and influential, it's important to focus on qualities that go beyond financial wealth. Here are some ways to build genuine connections and earn respect without relying on money or status as a crutch. 1. Focus on character, not wealth. Your integrity, wisdom, and emotional intelligence define you more than your bank account. People remember how you treat them, the values you uphold, and the lessons you share far more than the possessions you own. 2. Let actions speak louder than words. Instead of talking about wealth or success, let your actions demonstrate your value. Be a person of substance by offering meaningful advice, sharing interesting insights, and being genuinely interested in others. True leadership and influence come from what you do, not what you own. 3. Be humble and approachable. Humility is a sign of confidence. People respect those who have achieved success yet remain down to earth and approachable. Instead of showcasing your accomplishments, let them come up naturally in conversations when relevant. This makes you more relatable and likable. 4. Engage in meaningful conversations. Instead of focusing on financial achievements, talk about experiences, passions, and ideas. Ask others about their interests, aspirations, and perspectives. Engaging conversations build deeper connections and leave a lasting impression. 5. Build relationships based on shared values. Whether in friendships, business, or social settings, strong relationships are built on mutual respect and shared values. Instead of leading with status or wealth, focus on common interests, personal growth, and meaningful interactions. 6. Develop self-confidence beyond material success. Confidence should come from within, not from external achievements. Work on personal development, cultivate emotional intelligence, and strengthen your sense of purpose. When you feel secure in who you are, you won't feel the need to prove yourself through material possessions. 7. Be generous without expecting recognition. Generosity is a powerful way to use financial success positively. However, true generosity doesn't seek attention or approval. Helping others, supporting causes, and giving back should be done with sincerity, not as a way to gain social validation. Number 8. Lacking energy and enthusiasm. Reasons and solutions. Feeling drained and unmotivated can be frustrating, especially when you have responsibilities to handle. If you frequently find yourself lacking energy and enthusiasm, it's essential to understand the possible reasons behind it and explore practical ways to regain your drive. This article delves deeper into the possible causes of low energy and provides extensive solutions to help you feel more vibrant and motivated. Understanding energy and enthusiasm. Energy and enthusiasm are not just about physical stamina. They are deeply linked to mental, emotional, and social well-being. When any of these areas are imbalanced, you may experience fatigue, lack of motivation, and difficulty engaging in daily activities. Identifying the root causes of low energy is the first step toward making effective changes. Common reasons for low energy and enthusiasm. 1. Poor sleep quality. Sleep is the foundation of energy and mental clarity. Inconsistent sleep patterns, poor sleep hygiene, or insufficient rest can leave you feeling fatigued throughout the day. Factors like excessive screen time before bed, consuming caffeine late in the day, or an uncomfortable sleep environment can all contribute to poor sleep quality. Solution: aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Maintain a consistent bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends. Limit screen exposure before sleeping and use blue light filters in the evening. Create a relaxing pre-bedtime routine, such as reading, listening to calming music, or meditating. Ensure your bedroom is quiet, cool, and comfortable for optimal sleep. 2. Nutritional deficiencies. The food you consume plays a vital role in your energy levels. Deficiencies in essential vitamins and minerals such as iron, vitamin B12, magnesium, and vitamin D can lead to chronic fatigue and low enthusiasm. Solution: eat a balanced diet rich in whole foods, including fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Consider getting a blood test to identify any deficiencies and supplement accordingly. Stay hydrated and reduce excessive sugar and processed food intake. Incorporate more whole grains, nuts, and seeds, which provide sustained energy. 3. Sedentary lifestyle. Lack of physical activity can make you feel sluggish and unmotivated. Regular movement and exercise help boost circulation, improve oxygen flow to the brain, and enhance overall energy levels. Solution: incorporate at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise into your daily routine, whether it's walking, stretching, or engaging in sports. Find an activity you enjoy, such as yoga, dancing, or cycling, to make it easier to stay active. Avoid sitting for prolonged periods, take breaks, and move around throughout the day. Consider adding strength training and flexibility exercises for improved overall health. 4. High stress levels. Chronic stress drains energy and enthusiasm. When your mind is constantly occupied with worries, it can lead to emotional exhaustion and a lack of motivation. Solution: practice stress management techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, journaling, or engaging in hobbies that relax you. Take breaks from work and allow yourself moments of relaxation. Learn to say no to unnecessary commitments that add to your stress levels. Spend time in nature, which has been shown to reduce stress and boost mental well-being. 5. Lack of purpose or goals. If your daily routine feels monotonous or unfulfilling, it can lead to a lack of excitement and energy. Feeling directionless often results in boredom and low motivation. Solution: set meaningful short-term and long-term goals. Break down larger goals into smaller, achievable tasks. Engage in activities that align with your passions and interests. Keep a journal to track your progress and reflect on your achievements. 6. Negative mindset. Your thoughts greatly influence your energy levels. A pessimistic outlook, constant self-doubt, or excessive worry can mentally drain you, making even simple tasks feel overwhelming. Solution: practice gratitude and positive thinking. Surround yourself with uplifting influences and challenge negative thoughts with constructive perspectives. Engage in activities that bring joy and fulfillment, such as volunteering or creative hobbies. 7. Dehydration. Even mild dehydration can lead to fatigue, brain fog, and low energy levels. Many people underestimate how much water their body needs daily. Solution: ensure you drink enough water throughout the day. Carry a water bottle and consume water-rich foods like fruits and vegetables. Reduce the intake of dehydrating beverages like alcohol and excessive caffeine. 8. Overcommitment and burnout. Taking on too many responsibilities without sufficient rest can lead to exhaustion. Burnout results in decreased productivity, irritability, and loss of enthusiasm. Solution: learn to set boundaries and prioritize tasks. Take breaks, delegate responsibilities when possible, and ensure you have downtime to recharge. Schedule regular self-care activities that help you relax and reset. 9. Unhealthy social environment. The people you interact with daily can affect your energy and enthusiasm. Constant negativity, toxic relationships, or lack of social connection can contribute to feelings of exhaustion. Solution: surround yourself with supportive and positive individuals. Engage in meaningful conversations. Seek uplifting social interactions, and avoid draining relationships. Join social groups or communities that share your interests to build positive connections. 10. Underlying health conditions. Sometimes persistent fatigue and lack of motivation can be linked to underlying health issues such as thyroid disorders, depression, or chronic fatigue syndrome. Solution: if your energy levels remain low despite lifestyle improvements, consult a healthcare professional to rule out any medical conditions. Regular checkups and medical evaluations can help identify any underlying causes of fatigue. Follow prescribed treatments or therapies as recommended by your healthcare provider. Additional strategies to boost energy and enthusiasm: mindfulness and meditation. Practicing mindfulness can help improve mental clarity and emotional well-being. Music and creativity. Listening to uplifting music or engaging in creative activities can increase motivation and joy. Reading and learning, expanding your knowledge can provide new perspectives and rekindle enthusiasm. Acts of kindness. Helping others can create a sense of fulfillment and boost your own happiness.